Hey, what's up? It's Deanna. So, over the summer, I did a video telling a story about this picture, and nobody's found it, and it's been buried in YouTube outer space. So, I figured maybe people will find it if I did the video again. And so, what I'm going to tell you is a story about something that happened to me that was quite amazing, and it blew my mind. So one night I couldn't sleep and I was on the internet. Well, it's like that all the time for me. And I saw on an online auction, I saw this photo in a frame, and it was for a really cheap price. It was like a couple of dollars, and the auction was ending in like 5 minutes. And generally I collect antique photographs and photo albums, but from the Victorian era. And for some reason, like these type of pictures never intrigued me, like from the 30s, the 40s, even the 20s. They're really not my cup of tea. But for some reason, this handsome guy who has this like tight closed smile, and it's almost like an impish grin, really, really grew on me. And so the clock was ticking down on the auction, and it was down to like the last minute. And I said, the heck with it. I just want to buy this picture. It's a couple of dollars. I don't know why, but I'll just buy it. And I bought it, and like the strangest thing happened. So the day it arrived, I had the picture. I took it out of the box and out of the bubble wrap, and it had a glass frame on the front. I actually removed that right now, and it was filthy dirty. It was like all spotted from age, and so I had to clean the glass. So on the back, it has a stand, and you slide the stand out to get the glass panel out. And as I pulled the glass panel to try to get the glass out so I can clean it, something came tumbling out of it. And it was all these papers that were folded up and hidden inside the back of the frame. And I was like, what the heck is this stuff? And it was very old yellowed paper. And then some little photographs fell out of it, and I got the shock of my life, and I'm going to show you why in a second. So when the back of that frame came off, I got the shock of my life. I got all these things that came tumbling out, and I could not believe what I found. And so this is what was in the back of that frame for all these years. That was possibly going to even get thrown out if this didn't sell on that auction on eBay. And so it begins with a 1938 calendar, a dried clover, and this. He was a prisoner of war. And so he was captured on Wake Island, and he was a civilian contractor that was building a military installation for the GIs there. And they were all captured all together, and even the American civilian contractors were taken by the Japanese, placed on a ship, and thrown into these prisoner of war camps to die and to starve and to be completely and utterly tortured. And so I found his prisoner of war letters, and it truly blew me away. I could not believe that that was hidden behind that frame, and if I didn't just take it apart to clean it, I would have never known it was there. I mean, that is absolutely, utterly amazing. The sad part is, Charles A. Moe, I found out, died in the camp after a year or two of being tortured and starved and beaten, and he died of pneumonia. So this gentleman here went through the horrors of hell and almost survived and got through it, but to die from pneumonia. How heartbreaking. So his family must have taken these letters and preserved it behind this old frame just for a memory. And it just broke my heart. And in it, here are some of the photos that came tumbling out of that frame. And they're very peculiar. So this one right here is of Charles Moe. And he appears to be in really, really, really shabby appearance. He has an unshaven face. He's wearing what appears to be some kind of rags or a blanket wrapped around him. And he just doesn't look well. Compared to this, and then you go to this, he does not look healthy there. And then if you look at this photo, the same thing. He's wearing what looks like really, really, really raggy blankets or something wrapped around him. He's unshaven, and he just looks very gaunt and very skinny. And then I found another one. And this one, again, he does not look well. He looks like he hasn't shaven in a long time, and he looks unkept. Also in there was this young photo of him when he was younger, maybe a young teen. And then it appears that he had a sweetheart. He had somebody probably that back home that he was going to marry. And so my question is, could these photos have been taken in the camp? Maybe some GIs had snuck a camera, and maybe they snuck it somehow. Maybe he had it on his personal, with his personal effects, and when he died, it was sent back home to his family. Or maybe somehow, some way, it got snuck to his family members back in the States. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand why any American would dress like this. Even, maybe, it can't be a Halloween decoration. A Halloween costume. He really looks, now back then, men were clean shaven. Men did not dress, like this. And they did not have, really a shaggy appearance like this. So my guess is these could have been actually taken without the Japanese knowing, and to be sent back home to the family, because these letters were censored. And I'll show you something. So on one of the postcards here, I don't know if you can see this. This is a postcard. So when you flip it over, it has U.S. censored. So this mail was censored, and the Japanese would only allow them to basically say a few things and not give much information out. So how did these photos end up there? I don't know. It does not look like a healthy American. It looks very peculiar. And so I just thought I would share this with you guys. Thought you guys would be interested in seeing this and to find out what an amazing thing this was to find in the back of a photo frame. And probably nobody will ever see this, but if you do, and you have a genealogy account, if anybody can help me in some shape or some form to try to get this gentleman's family members in touch with me so I could reunite all this stuff with the next of kin, because apparently what little research and information I could find, I think all his family members, immediate family members, have died. So once again, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. And thank you. Thank you for watching.